Yeah. Well, Trump is responsible for all the happiness in my life. We live in a fascist dictatorship now. I wouldn't even call it Soviet.
You are trash. The Democratic Party is evil.
I can talk about whatever I want.
I see you got this little psychedelic thing. You think everyone should be doing shrooms out here?
Truly, yes, I do. I truly do.
I just think this is a little bit.
What do you like to listen to?
Sometimes at night.
My bed.
What? I go to a grand jury and I can say that you are in league with the devil and you possessed my soul.
The whole country watches the first ever indictment of a former U.S. president. While the media was there mainly to focus on the hearing and unsealing of the 34-count indictment, the general public that gathered around the courthouse seemed to be there to voice their opinions and catch a glimpse of the 45th president of the United States. The mainstream media was there to see and cover key political figures and interview them to get insight on what happened inside the court. While there was a massive media presence there, a lack of interest in those who gathered to support their sides was evident to anybody who walked through the crowd behind the media tents.
First of all, violation that doesn't exist according to federal election law officials. It's as simple as that. That you can sum it all up like that. We haven't even come close.
The prosecution is worried that the defendant could potentially post discovery on social media.
Hey, don't touch my hand.
We're not having any discussion on what we call.
What about? Yeah, but any other defendant, wouldn't you be like?
Any other defendant wouldn't be here today.
What's his favorite color? What's his favorite dish? Come on, say something, please.
Favorite color is green.
My mom's on the phone. Please, can you just say something? Say something. Say hi to my mom.
Trump's charges stem from his hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. For those wondering if Trump will go to prison for this, the answer is probably not. This is due to the fact that Trump is a first-time offender and has no previous criminal offenses. However, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg stated in a press conference that everybody must be held accountable for their actions.
Arrest Alvin Bragg! Arrest Alvin Bragg! Arrest Alvin Bragg! Do your job! You're failing us! You are failing us! Tiffany Kaban, District 22! You're an attorney, you should know better! Donald Trump saved this city. He was out this city, and this is how he's treated. Donald Trump.
What would you do for some one-on-one time?
Hey, fuck your man, shut the hell up. Democrats in this city,
Voicing their opinion. I thought we'd have some intelligent conversation, but sometimes it's not so intelligent. Come over here. Tell me what's wrong.
Mr. Trump, Mr. President, now I've got your back.
Hold up. Now this is Edward X for Xavier Young. Now to call him Trump's biggest supporter is probably an understatement. Now this man has gone kind of viral in the last 2 years, from being on Comedy Central to Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan.
The election is a steaming crock of hog drippings. I can't believe that Americans would really elect an idiot who has the intellect of a bag of carrots, along with his vice presidential running mate, who's a total whore. And let's face it, she's a whore. Kamala Harris was a law clerk.
The personal attack.
Shut up, jerk off.
See, all you have are personal attacks, and all you have are incoherent arguments.
Shut up, because I got free speech. It is legal to beat up and maybe even kill people who wear MAGA hats. The cops will not do anything to protect you. And now I can say I kind of know what it must have been like to be a Jew in Germany on January 30th of 1933.
Today we saw him in the park right outside Trump's indictment, and we had to stop by and ask him a couple of questions and see what his thoughts and concerns were.
We've got your back, and our support for you will never waver.
You think it's good that, the mayor of New York City is trying to scare the shit out of everyone, saying don't go out and protest, stay home, blah, 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 trying to take away our First Amendment. You think it's good that there was this many Trump supporters here and it was completely peaceful?
Yes, I'd be happy to. I almost got my ass kicked there a couple of years ago.
Oh, for real?
By Democrats, by liberals after the election. A cop saved me. Philadelphia. God bless the Philadelphia police. My name is Edward X Young, E-D-W-A-R-D, middle initial X for Xavier, last name Young, Y-O-U-N-G. Yes, in 2016, Donald Trump was elected president. This country was dying. he was like the president, and he kept the promise that he made. His promise that he made was he told the working people of America, guys like me, I got your back. I have a sales job during the week.
I heard you were an actor?
But I act on the weekends. I've made over 100 low-budget horror movies since 2005. Well, as a salesman working in the world of finance, when Trump was president, I was making some damn good money. I was thinking of retiring early. Now I've been dipping into my savings, and the money's worth less and less. Biden has killed this country. Yeah. Well, Trump is responsible for all the happiness in my life.
Oh,
because
how is that?
I lost my second wife, my beloved wife, Susan, died of cancer in 2011, and I was alone for a long time. I'm kind of old. I'm in my 60s, but I've been to 56 Trump rallies. And back in December of 2019, I was at a rally in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I met this wonderful woman who was going to the rallies with me. We kept on meeting up. Her name is Christine. And finally, after so many rallies, at a rally in October of last year, we decided, we should just get married, and she agreed. So we were engaged now. But
wow.
we haven't got the logistics set up, so I hope if President Trump sees your video, he will invite us to get married at Mar-a-Lago.
Were you at the Capitol March?
Of course I was.
Okay.
Yes, but I did not go into the Capitol building. I saw that everything that's been reported in the news is a lie and a hoax. I went there it was my 50th Trump rally. I went there to see the president speak. Yeah. And I got a bad back, and I was almost not even going to march to the Capitol. As he said, let us march peacefully and in an orderly manner to let our voices be heard. But Donald Trump was supposed to show up at 11 o'clock and speak from 11 until noon. Then we were going to march to the Capitol. He's usually pretty much on his time schedule. But he showed up an hour and 10 minutes late. He didn't start speaking until 10 minutes after noon. Evidence will show the distance between the White House and the Capitol is 2 miles across the Great Mall. 2 miles. It takes a while to walk that. Yeah. But the attack began about 12:30.
Okay.
So it couldn't have been Trump supporters that started the attack, because no Trump supporter would walk away from his speech and say, fuck this guy, let's go raid.
How do you think the media portrayed the words and what he said on that day in equivalent to like the actual march on the Capitol? Do you think that it was a portrayal? Do you think there was any merit behind the media's narrative on that?
No, the media is 99% Marxist controlled. The media is the Ministry of Propaganda for Joe Biden. We live in a fascist dictatorship now. I wouldn't even call it Soviet.
What makes you believe that we're in a fascist?
Look what's happened to him here. This is not a crime. This is not a crime. This is what Joseph Stalin and A.F. Hitler would do to their political enemies. As Stalin said, show me the man, I'll find you the crime. We'll invent a crime. It's election interference. That is a crime. Alvin Bragg, the DA, should be disbarred, fired, and he should be arrested and face 5 years in prison.
What do you think about the 36 or 34 counts that he's been accused of, ranging from everything from paying the people who paid off Stormy Daniels and that? The evidence behind that is being presented in court. What do you think? Is that all a sham? Is the evidence not real?
It's a sham. Don't forget,
how do you think evidence in a court of law in the United States?
You understand how grand juries work? Yes. Because I go to a grand jury and I can say that you are in league with the devil and you possessed my soul, and I want to have him sued for that and arrested. And if I got the right lawyer, we would try to prosecute you as being an agent of the devil. And of course it would be thrown out of when the judge got it in an actual trial. He'd say, "What the fuck is this?" I mean, you could, as they famously say, and Alan Dershowitz has repeated many times, you could indict a ham sandwich. Okay. It's a non-crime.
You can indict a ham sandwich with 34 counts and evidence.
What have they done? They've taken one alleged crime and sliced it into 34 slices. Okay. It's a pizza. I've worked for both the Republicans and the Democrats, and when election night is coming and your candidate is losing by a small margin, you'll say things like, "Can't we find some votes somewhere?" That he didn't say manufacture the votes or stuff some ballots, as the Democrats do.
There's going to be a lot of litigation because we have so much evidence, so much proof, and it's going to end up perhaps at the highest court in the land.
As they've done from the beginning of the Democratic Party, it's not a crime to say, find me some votes. Did we miss counting something? That is even less of a chance of becoming an indictment than this nonsense in New York City.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Certainly.
Shut up! Shut up! No!
Say something intelligent. Why are you here?
Yo, get it together. Get it together.
Why doesn't he have it? Trying to put his point of view on TV. So let him talk. If you say fuck,
Let him talk.
Let him talk. I can't use that on
Let him
TV.
talk. Let him
He's
talk.
talking.
You are trash. The Democratic Party is evil. You are trash.
I'm trying to be in the NBA.
You old.
So you're proud of the country now?
Oh, yes, I am.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I can talk about whatever I want. I am pro myself. I just think this is a political chance.
I don't have a phone. I don't have a phone. This ain't a phone. This is a console.
Oh, wait, let this thing go home. I'll get it here, please.
Hey, that's a song. Don't steal lyrics. Don't steal lyrics.
It's a very old phrase.
It's a very old phrase. That came from the song.
From a song, though. Never. All right.
What do you like to listen to?
Sometimes at night.
My bed.
What? You bring over your wife, you know what I mean? What song you put
I
on?
definitely can't answer any of your questions in uniform.
Bring him back! How long have you been out here? How long have you been out here? No camera, no.
How long has it been?
Yeah.
Oh, 12 years.
Oh, wow, you like it?
Is it fun? Trying to clear up the park if we can, guys, please.
You should be tired.
Martin Luther King. That good. You love the FBI. Was the FBI fair to Martin Luther King? Kiss. Get up! Break it up! Don't fight it here. We're not gonna get physical.
Putin, the original, is dead. The blaming Putin is somebody else pretending to be Putin. That's all you need to know. If you don't watch movies, with technology, you can pretend to be somebody else, right? So the original blaming Putin is dead. The original reptilian of blaming Putin is dead too.
We saw you out here earlier with a phone saying something about your mom.
Yeah, but I mean, that's I only carry this for emergencies.
Okay. All right, where are you from, Tito?
Born and raised here in New York City. Washington Heights, represent. Yo, the Heights, we out here.
Who'd you vote for?
Case.
If you don't mind me asking.
I'd rather not say. The blue or little. No offense, all y'all. I'm just saying it's my own opinion. Don't judge me, right? Blue is a little more emotional.
I see you got this little psychedelic thing. You think everyone should be doing shrooms out here?
Truly, yes, I do. I truly do.
Jaime Gonzalez.
Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. So what you out here for? I see you got the lock 'em up sign.
I don't know if you're on the left or the right, but I just want him.
What was that?
I just want Donald Trump to go to prison.
You want Donald Trump to go to prison?
I mean, I'm Mexican, and he called me once before he was president. He called me criminal, rapist, and everything else. I'm a drug dealer. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not a rapist. I'm not a criminal. I'm a cook. So my question is, how do you feel now being treated as a bad hombre? He called me a bad hombre. He called Mexicans. He didn't say that Mexican. He called Mexicans. That's the thing. So for me, it was personal.
I wanted to know your opinion, since you feel like he makes these generalizations, but a lot of people seem to buy in and still vote for him anyways.
Well, my thing is stupidity comes in many sizes, man. I mean, this country was built by foreign people, all immigrants, man. The only Americans are the Indians, indigenous people, and they're not here. You, me, and everybody else,